नेपालमा why photographers shoots only केटीहरू र content मात्र.
Mustang किन छान्नु भयो किशोर दाइ?
Whatever I have a bad thought and bad process in my work, and once I visit the Mustang, it clean up actually.
Really, the focus was a scientific and analytic approach to your mind.
For a perfection, it takes a lot of time. You need a passion. It's not like, you want to say, it's not just a snapshots.
So हाम्रो यो एक्जिबिसनमा हैन मुस्ताङ हैन यसमा चाहिँ मान्छेले चाहिँ के कुरा चाहिँ सोचेर चाहिँ एक्जिबिसनमा आउँदा ठिक हुन्छ होला कि हैन यो एक्जिबिसन चाहिँ एक्ज्याक्टली हजुरको माइन्ड हजुरको थट प्रोसेस हजुरको भिजनबाट गएको छ नि त हैन थोरै यसको यो एक्जिबिसनको बारेमा बुझाउनु पर्दाखेरि
आई थिंक यो एक्जिबिसनलाई इट टेक 3 डिफरेन्ट वे एउटा चाहिँ आर्टिस्ट एउटा चाहिँ टेक्निकल जसले नेपालमा हामीले वी क्यान डु लट अफ थिङ्स फ्रम नेपाली फोटोग्राफर्स भन्ने इन्सपिरेसन लागि थर्ड चाहिँ फर एभ्रीवान जसले नेपाल चिनेको छैन हाउ ब्युटिफुल नेपाल इज भनेर जस्तै लेम्यानहरूको लागि चाहिँ जस्ट कम एन्ड इन्जोय नेपाल एन्ड इफ यु आर नट बिन देयर लाइक इट्स सच अ ब्युटिफुल प्लेस फर आर्टिस्टलाई चाहिँ इट फर अ पर्फेक्सन इट टेक लट अफ टाइम यु निड अ प्यासन इट्स नट लाइक यु भने जस्तै इट्स नट जस्ट स्न्यापसट्स राइट अनि अर्को चाहिँ अब इन्सपिरेसनलाई यङ जेनेरेसनलाई इन्सपिरेसन चाहिँ के हुनसक्छ भन्दाखेरि हामीले यो गोल यस्तो स्केलमा वी क्यान डु सच थिङ्स इन नेपाल त्यो इन्सपिरेसन हुन्छ नेपालमा वाइ फोटोग्राफर्स सुट्स ओन्ली केटीहरू र कन्टेन्ट मात्र लेट्स सुट्स एभ्रीबडी नेपालको ल्यान्डस्केप कल्चर इट्स नट जस्ट अ फ्यासन सिन्स आई एम अल्सो फ्यासन फोटोग्राफर तर नेपालमा देयर आर मेनी वेज टु डु फोटोग्राफी टु प्रमोट आवर कन्ट्री सो यो इन्सपिरेसन हुनसक्छ यङ फोटोग्राफर यङ जेनेरेसन सबैलाई हुन्छ नि नेपाललाई प्रमोट गर्न अथवा नेपालको पोसिबिलिटिजहरू we can score anywhere like म यति कन्फिडेन्स छु कि यो पिक्चर्स चाहिँ क्यान बी इन्टरनेसनल सो त्यो पनि एक किसिमको कन्ट्रिब्युसन हो नि नेपालको लागि बिसाइड आर्टिस्ट लाइक आई विल बी मोर देन ह्याप्पी इफ आई टेक दिस एक्जिबिसन टु इन्टरनेसनल एन्ड टेल नेपाल इज सच अ ब्युटिफुल कम एन्ड सी एन्ड द इन्भिटेसन्स फर नेपाल
नो द्याट्स भेरी वेल पुट मुस्ताङ किन छान्नु भयो किशोर दाइ
मुस्ताङ चाहिँ यस्तो छ इट एज अ स्मल हिस्ट्री अब मेरो चाइल्डहुडको कुरा हो त्यो इट्स नट इट साउन्ड्स लाइक अ फनी अहिले चाहिँ लङ टाइम ब्याक लाइक प्रली म ग्रेड 3मा पढ्थेँ अनि त्यो कोजागत पूर्णिमाको दिनमा राजा भक्तपुर आउँछ नवदुर्गामा राइट आई वाज लाइक अरेस्टेड बाई पुलिस क्या एक्चुली सडनली स्कुलबाट आइरहेको थिएँ पुलिसले झ्यापझुप गऱ्यो होइन देन रियलाइज एक्चुली त्यो दिनमा मैले कालो अम्ब्रेला स्कुलबाट फर्किरहेको थिएँ क्या अनि द्याट डे आई रियलाइज कालो फ्ल्याग भनेको चाहिँ ब्याड फर किङ टाइपले त्यस्तो केही गरेन पुलिसले खालि राख्यो एकछिन बस भाइ पठाइदियो द्याट टाइम लाइक आई फर्स्ट टाइम इन्ट्रोड्युस अफ किङ कस्तो राम्रो किङ एन्ड अल द्याट सो द्याट डे आई त्यो केही दिनमै आई रियलाइज थाहा पाएँ कि मैले देयर इज अनदर किङ इन नेपाल मुस्ताङमा पनि किङ छ भनेर आई वाज फ्यासिनेटेड एन्ड आई वाज फर्स्ट टाइम इन्ट्रोड्युस अबाउट मुस्ताङ अनि अलिअलि फोटोहरू हेरेको थिएँ मलाई आई वाज रियली इन्ट्रेस्टेड टु गो देयर त्यत्तिकै थियो तर आफ्टर सच अ लङ टाइम मेरो चाहिँ अलिकति फोटोग्राफी स्टाइलहरू चेन्ज गरिराख्ने बानी थियो अनि आई डु लट अफ डिफ्रेन्ट काइन्ड अफ वर्क अनि त्यही दौरानमा मेबी म मुस्ताङ जान्छु भनेर फर्स्ट ट्रिप चाहिँ गऱ्यो मेरो विथ माई वाइफ सी अलवेज विथ मी मेरो होल ट्रिपमा सी इज मोस्ट सपोर्टिङ पर्सन इन माई लाइफ अनि तर त्यहाँ पुगेपछि चाहिँ मलाई लागेन कि यो पिक्चर चाहिँ आई टेक इट एज अ कमर्सियली एज अ हुन्छ नि टु बी अ पपुलर let's keep it for like it's a passion project manera so we
you know at that time you were into fashion photography that's how we met
yeah I do fashion corporate portrait advertising zaru
and tetikera chai hazurle chai oh there you go man you guys are finding like pictures from like vintage photos
16
whoa oh interesting nice
but Kishor on our trip you talked a lot about just kind of the coincidences that arose and you know like perhaps spiritual synchronicities that kind of led you to this project as well, right?
That's what I initially said. I was like, whenever I was in Mustang, I feel such a different, and probably because of those trips, I became more spiritual these days. I heal myself actually. Whatever I have a bad thought and bad process in my work, and once I visit the Mustang, it clean up actually. Day by day, trip by trip, I think I have such a different vision for photography nowadays, and looking at the life is completely different. And I feel so good these days. I feel like And the purpose. I am clear about the purpose of life.
I remember we had a long discussion a few days back. He ended up in the one evening and he was like, Sanjay, this is what I am doing. And then we had a long discussion about the purpose of life. Because the most important thing is you might be doing millions of things. We might be doing millions of things in our life.
I was confused, I was confused. I do everything. I was always after materialistic stuff, in a camera, this and that. I feel bad if somebody don't realize my work, if somebody did not, recognize my work or something like that. That's all bad things. That's a stupid thing now I realize. And I am the most, the calm and beautiful peace and relaxed state now.
No, this is good to know. Kishor, I have known you for a long time. I know what you're talking about now. Mike, how has traveling really changed your perspective as well? Let me touch back in a way that I've realized that you've been to some of the toughest places in the world. I'll just touch base on I'll just keep it to that, right? Some places are pretty tough that you've been posted as well. Let me go ahead and say it that way. Keeping oneself calm as well, photography or spirituality, both come hand in hand. Maybe I'll talk about it that as well.
Yeah,
I'll say it that way too.
Yeah,
has it helped you out?
100%. Like as you mentioned, I've been a diplomat for almost 14 years now. Served in Bangladesh, Iraq, Pakistan, Qatar, Egypt, and Burma most recently. Yeah. And so Burma, of course, was during right after the military regime launched their coup and just dealing in the aftermath of that. And so, in all these places, it's been, definitely its fair share of challenges. But I think really I'll go back to it again, the experience that I had at Kapan Monastery in 2016 really shifted how I look at these challenging situations because at that time, I had just left my assignment in Pakistan. Yeah. Really just a great experience, but quite stressful. So I needed kind of just a bit of a sabbatical and time to reset. And so in the monastery, we go back to these phones. You lock up your phone. I took a vow of silence. And for a little over a month, we meditated, about 300 of us, pretty much from like 5 a.m. till 10 p.m. with some lessons and some Dharma talk in the day. And really it was more, rather than, the focus was a scientific and analytic approach to your mind. So we learned how to better analyze our thoughts and how our thoughts are constructed and really just gain a deeper sense of, what are good thoughts, what are bad thoughts, what are neutral thoughts. And it's just, I came into that experience already with a bit of a background in meditation. Yeah. But, receiving those teachings and just being in that contained environment and that incubator for a month really just helped me manage, I hope, stressful situations outside of the monastery. So all of us, we have busy lives, no matter what you're doing, family, professional, whatever. And it's just more, I think it taught me how to just be aware of what I'm thinking and also recognize that not what I'm thinking isn't necessarily the truth or it's me, and it's just more of a passing thought. And so like a classic metaphor is that really our mind, our true selves are like the sky. It's like the blue sky, right? And all the thoughts that we have throughout the day are just like little different clouds. So you have white, happy, fluffy clouds, and then you have these big, dark storm clouds every once in a while. But no matter what these clouds are, the true you is the blue sky, watching it all unfold. And so I really try to apply this realization to these everyday experiences that we're having like right now and in my personal life and professional life. And and hopefully it's kept me calm in some pretty interesting situations.
तपाईले हाम्रो क्लिप एकदमै एन्जॉय गर्नुभयो होला। अब पुरै भिडियो हेर्नको लागि चाहिँ युट्युबमा सब्स्क्राइब गर्न नबिर्सिनु होला। व्यास मिडिया नेटवर्क।